It is Joseph's birthday on Monday, and this year, when I asked him where we should buy his cake from, he suggested that I bake one. So I decided that now is a good opportunity for me to explore the magical world of fondant and make a turtle-shaped cake for my loving partner. There's a tutorial on YouTube that looks easy, and I'm following a basic cake recipe from BBC Good Food, and I've decided to try making a pinata cake, so I'm getting instructions from the Food Network on how to do that. So this video is me making this cake because I think it's gonna go really, really badly. I'm gonna try my very best. So I'm in my kitchen. I'm gonna prop you up on here. You're on a microwave. So I've laid out all of the ingredients. As I was laying out these ingredients, I realized that I forgot to buy baking powder. But I'm assuming it's fine because I have self-raising flour. Step 1. Heat oven to 190. Okay, cool. Done. Nailed it. Butter the base and sides of 2 round sandwich tins and line the bases with parchment. I don't have baking parchment, so I'm just going to butter them really hard. I also didn't soften the butter, so I will use Flora. And yeah, because I don't have 2 baking tins, I'm going to have to do this twice. Buttered. Nailed it. Step 2. Beat together 200 grams caster sugar. It's a good thing I have this scale. This is what I hate about British baking, is they actually use these scales. Great. So I also did not buy caster sugar because I already had this granulated sugar and I haven't touched it in a million years. So I was not going to buy more sugar that I wasn't going to use. Because actually, what's the difference? I don't know. Okay, 202 grams. Like, what makes golden caster sugar different than regular caster sugar? I have some brown sugar. Golden. So 200 grams unsalted butter. I did not soften the butter, as I mentioned. I think I can cut this. Okay, yeah, it's cuttable. And then I'll just stick it in the microwave, I guess. Hindsight, should have softened the butter. There you go. How is it only 90? Oh my god, I don't think I need to cut that. I think I can just... Oh, 195, nailed it, okay. Oh god. Okay, so the butter softened, and by softened, partially melted. Oh, in a large bowl, so I can just stick that in the bowl. Okay. 4 large eggs. Great. 200 grams self-raising flour. 2 tablespoons cocoa powder. I've actually yes. I'm basically professional. Going for the heaping tablespoon. Half a teaspoon of vanilla. Great. 2 tablespoons of milk. And a pinch of salt until pale. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna stick some salt in there. Great. That seems fine. And my 2 tablespoons of milk. Okay. I'm supposed to beat that together. Okay. I think this is okay. There are still some like butter lumps in it, but I assume they will melt well in the oven, so pro tip. Divide the mixture between the 2 tins and bake for 20 minutes. I only have 1 tin. I'm assuming if I'm baking less, I have to put it in the oven for less time. I don't really know what is half. Should I just like cover the base? But they might not rise because I didn't put baking powder in this. I'm sure this is about half. Okay. At this point, we start making the buttercream. We have 100 grams of milk chocolate. That's 100 grams. I need to put my 100 grams of chopped milk in a heat-proof bowl and melt in the microwave. Oh, there's a little knobby. There you go. There's a heat-proof bowl. Oh crap, I didn't set a timer for the cake. Hold on. It's 10:33. So at about 10:48, I will look. Alright, microwave in the melted butter. No, sorry, chocolate. So I have to mix that with 200 grams softened butter and 400 grams icing sugar. Can I use, is that bowl too small? That bowl's gonna be way too small. Slight problem. I did not defrost this butter, and I say defrost because it's been in the freezer for like a long time. How much is in it? 250 grams. And I need 200. So I'm thinking maybe I can just stick the whole thing in. And while that's happening, I'm going to transfer this. Where's my spatula? Oh, my spatula's covered in butter. Oh, that's fine actually, because I'm adding butter to this. Okay. This is what the professionals look like. 400 grams of icing sugar. It's a lot of grams. Well, you know what? I'm just going to use the rest. I think 408, but we're going for 425 grams. Oh god, okay, so I've accidentally... So I've fully melted the butter. I've made a horrible mistake. I don't see why it's going to be a problem. That's a lot. Yeah, 400 grams of icing sugar. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit of like cocoa powder to make up for the fact that I didn't have enough, like, I upped the recipe, but I didn't put enough milk chocolate in it, I guess. My melted butter. Oh, this looks disgusting. I don't know, it doesn't really look like icing. It kind of looks like meatloaf. It's as good as it's gonna get. It looks like this, which is disgusting, but I feel like when I spread it out, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And if it's not, layers of cake will be covering it, so it won't look so dog food-like. Oh crap, I wasn't supposed to mix it. Sorry, I skipped steps. So I was supposed to just mix the butter and icing sugar together, then add cocoa powder, which I did anyway, with a pinch of salt, and then pour in the chocolate and 2 tablespoons milk. So that's why, okay, hold on, I'm just gonna stick some milk in there. It's probably 2 tablespoons, I don't know. Some salt, why salt, fine. I should have read that recipe a little better. Okay, maybe some more cocoa powder, because I definitely didn't add 5 tablespoons. That's a lot, okay. So there's basically half a cup of cocoa powder in there now. Oh yeah, okay, yep, the milk made a difference. That looks more like icing. It's really runny though, but I can stick it in the fridge because I have to wait for my other cake for 20 minutes. Oh, okay, there you go. This looks great. It's just gonna stay there. See, this looks okay. Yeah, see, I think that's done. I guess I had to cook it less time because I'm not cooking with 2. It also did rise. I'm noticing there was a noticeable rise here. So I don't think I needed the baking powder. There you go. It's gonna cool right there. I'm just gonna take that one out of the tin when it cools. I'm just gonna stick the next one in. You don't need to watch that. So when you come back, everything will be tidied up and there will be 2 cakes. So we're back. I have done some laundry, I ate some food, and the cakes have come out of the oven. It definitely wasn't half. I don't know if you can see, but this one, the first one, is significantly smaller. I think they're fine. According to the Food Network, I have to have 4 layers. This one advises me to cut the layers in half and then cut holes in and fill the hole. All right, we're doing it. It's going well. Yes! Oh, yes. Using a round cookie cutter or rim of a glass or whatever, cut out the centers of 2 of the cakes. It's about the middle. Oh, that wasn't the middle. Oh, my bad. Okay. Well, this is not great. Yes. Okay. Okay, that's slightly off center. See, oh God, I've ruined it. Okay, so this is what's happened. Actually, I'm just gonna open it up and just slide it out then. I can glue that back together with buttercream. Oh, they're basically even. Oh, okay, I see it. It's coming together. So this is our base. Spread on about 3/4 of a cup of buttercream with an offset spatula. I don't know what that is. I only own one spatula and it's this one, and I feel like that's not what they mean when they say offset spatula, but what else? Okay, I can do this. I can do this. Oh yeah. Okay, not great. It's completely hardened because I accidentally forgot to take it out of the fridge / didn't know that I should take it out of the fridge. Just stick it in the microwave. Oh, I can't because this is oh, that's a metal. No, that's a bad idea. Just stick that on there and just, can you see, stick it on top. So I fixed it and we're back to icing texture. I guess I'll ice the edges where I know the hole isn't going to be. Bottom's iced, and I guess I'm just icing the top and I'm going to flip it over. Oh God, it's breaking. Okay. Nailed it. Pinata cake. A pinata cake is when you put surprise things in the middle of the cake. I didn't know these cakes existed until I looked up fun things to do with cakes. So I thought I'd give it a try. And when I asked Joseph, my darling Joseph, what his favorite candy / chocolate was, he told me Boost chocolate was. And I didn't know what that was. And I looked it up and it looked gross. So his second favorite one was Double Decker, which I don't love them, to be honest, but they're okay. I have a pack. And then I wasn't sure if that'd be enough, or if that was enough variety or color. So I also bought peanut M&Ms because also I wanted, realistically, I'm going to be the one eating these, whatever's left over, and I wanted something that I liked. So this is mine. Upon further consideration, I realized, let me just open this bag of Double Decker for you. Well, that's stupid. Okay. So I realized, upon further consideration, that if I just fill this turtle-shaped cake with things that look like this, it's just going to look like my turtle has a colonic blockage. It's just going to look like my turtle is literally full of shit. So I'm really glad that I got the colorful, come on. There's a bit more color here. I'm going to just take out the brown ones by eating them. Cool. I have a bit of a concern that he's going to cut this cake and he's not going to realize, if there's going to be a surprise, oh yeah, ooh, pinata, great, then the knife is going to break or somebody's going to die. This is what it looks like. Final layer. Because I'm left with quite a bit of icing, I'll just ice the whole thing. I'll just ice the rest. Okay. So I've essentially made what I guess, it's kind of like a mirror glaze, to be honest. There are butter lumps in it, but those will be covered up by fondant. To be honest, I don't know if I was supposed to ice this, or if with fondant you have to have it all over. Like all blank. I'm sorry, like a nude cake. I don't know. I'm just gonna stick it in the fridge. That is the world's heaviest cake. So now, fondant, which I was okay. Fondant's not usually vegetarian, and I've been vegetarian for a million years. So I was like, should I do this? And then I found out that there's something called fondant, oh god, icing sugar, which is just icing sugar and dried glucose syrup. So just icing sugar and more sugar. And I can totally do that. Okay, so I've wiped the surface, sort of. I've now wiped the surface. This is from Delia online. Now Delia has not treated me well in the past. Sift the icing sugar into a large bowl and make a well in the center. So the box says ice it, but it kind of looks like Joe it. It's like it knows I'm making a cake for Joseph. I don't know, whenever a recipe says sift, I never do it, so, and it's always fine. I don't know why you'd need to, so I'm just gonna stick it in there. All but 1 heaped tablespoon. Okay. So I'll put a tablespoon back, I guess. Add the water a teaspoonful at a time and stir with a wooden spoon until it's too stiff to stir anymore. So you make a well in the center. I kind of feel like I'm losing trust in Delia. Add 1 teaspoon to 500 grams for a pale green color. Okay, so this really doesn't look like enough. So I'm just gonna go for it. Delia wants me to use my hands to form the icing into a ball, and I really feel like it's still, I mean, I'm gonna keep adding icing sugar, but I don't know, there's a lot of extra icing sugar already in there, so I think Delia needs to adjust her recipe maybe. Yeah, I'm not gonna turn it upside down because it's definitely gonna fall out, but it's definitely thicker. All right, so my baking friend told me that the key to not having your things stick is to use plastic wrap. And I don't know if she meant like put the plastic wrap on the counter, but that is what I'm gonna do. So I knead it with my hands for 3 minutes. Oh, I form it to a ball and then I knead it for 3 minutes. This, oh my god. Oh, I don't care for it. Oh, I feel like this is not what it's supposed to feel like. Oh god, something horrible's happened. It's not coming off! God, oh my god, it feels so bad. I hate it. I hate it so much. So that didn't work. I'm just gonna stick it in here. Now it's thick. I'm so confused. What is happening? Alright, so apparently I'm supposed to keep kneading it until it's the right size. Like, I'm sorry, Delia, but that is not... You know what I'm gonna do? Okay. So baking friend told me to use cling film. So what I might do, I can make this work. So I guess what I'll do is I'll just stick cling film on top of the other cling film. And I'll just squish it. I'll just squish it out. That's what's gonna happen. And do I have a glass? I don't want a rolling pin, so I'm gonna use a glass with some cling film, and that's not working. That was not a good idea. I'm having a horrible time. I hate this. Maybe I should put this in the fridge. This is not going to be big enough to fit my cake. It's a hole in the cling film. Oh, that seems to work. That's what it looks like. Okay, I'm going to troubleshoot and go to my happy place, which is the fridge. Taking this out of the fridge. It looks no better than it did before it went in, and I did my yellow and it looks even worse. Problem, when I take the cling film off, it's just gonna stick to the cling film. I give up. I don't think I made it correctly. It's just a hot mess. I don't know what to do. It's not setting. So this really puts a kink in my plans. Maybe I can have another layer of icing, but I used all my icing sugar. I can't give him a turtle that's brown. You know what I'm gonna do? I have a very little bit of this left. I'm gonna chuck this. What I can do is make an actual icing, but with with fondant. Oh my god, it's everywhere. With fondant icing. So I'm going to just treat it like it was regular icing sugar and hope that the dried glucose syrup that's in this will just set it and it will just look nice. And I'll just stick it in the fridge again. I'm going to be honest, I'm out of bowls. So I'm going to use this. Okay. That's my last chance here. And I'm not going to try to make it super thick. I'm going to try to make it thin so that I can just easily spread it with my spatula, which I will wash. Okay. And I didn't do the, what's it called, the little hole in the middle because I'm sick of following Delia's advice. Delia can shove it. Okay, that's not really working. You know what? It doesn't look that bad. So it keeps sliding down. I'm going to stick it in the fridge. Stay there for a while. While this is in the fridge, I should probably work on my head. I have these two things, and I don't want to really waste any cake, so I think this is a good size for a head. Oh, I'll cut them in half, like I cut the other ones in half, and have a little 4-tiered head, little mini cupcake thing. Oh, my spatula's covered. Okay. Wash it. So the icing is kind of thickened a bit, but it's still usable. Nothing to lose anymore. Okay, looks like a little cupcake thing. Maybe I can just cover it in this icing. Okay, not so great. I'm basically just mixing little bits of cake around. Okay, it's really thick, so it's really hard to... I can cover it up, I can fix it, but that's what it looks like. It's going in the fridge. Something horrible has happened to the cake. All the icing has melted. I guess it looks like a lily pad. It can be decorative. I can work with that. Okay. Where's my head? The head's been in the fridge for all of like 2 minutes, but I feel like I can't do this anymore. So I was gonna put the head on the side, because the guy's tutorial uses fondant to make a head on the side and little feet. Feet, I think, we've lost the chance to do feet on this one. But I think maybe if I just stick the head like on the top. All right. Okay. Okay. I need to like push it down. Oh, sweet mother of God. Okay. Oh yes. Okay. Okay. It's coming together. Fine. You know what? I'll settle for that. That's fine. That's fine. The only thing that's left is the tutorial said, give it little eyes. So I have a tiny bit of fondant icing remaining. I'm gonna try to make it super thick. How is this still going? It's like water. How was I supposed to pick this up with my hands and knead it for 3 minutes, Delia? Delia can fuck off. Okay. You know what? No, it's not. It's going in the freezer. Okay. This fondant is going to set, and I'm going to make eyes with it. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes, and I'm tired of waiting. I washed up a little bit. I'm just gonna... This looks pretty set, actually. Look, you can't see anything. This is white. Oh, it's not set. Okay, well, so what I was going to do was put eyes at the front, like it's looking forward at you, but I think it's going to slide off. So what I might need to do is make little notchies for the eyes. That didn't work. Make little notchies for the eyes. And I'm just going to pour the white icing in them. Hey, that doesn't look bad at all. Oh, that was my first good idea. All right, a face is coming together. I have a bit more white icing. Maybe what I should do is use the white to do some sort of facial expression. I'm going to give it a smile. Maybe it'll look like teeth? Oh, crap. Oh, no, okay, it's fine. Okay. I can fix it. Okay, no, it's okay, it's okay. I can fix it. I can fix it. I have these. Okay, I'm gonna stick. Oh, sweet. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Oh god. Oh god. One of its eyes. Its eyes. Something's gone horribly wrong. One is like leaking down the side. I can cover it with, I still have some of this icing left. There. No one ever has to know. Okay, and I'll clean up his tears. Okay. You know what? I think it's as good as it's gonna get. Maybe the last thing I can do. So the one thing, I'm not adding feet because I have my lily pad. But one thing that the guy in the video told you to do is to cut out little fondant octagons. I think they were octagons. And like place them around. So it's like the little bits of a shell. I obviously can't do that because I ruined my fondant. But I think maybe I can like draw little shapes to make it look textured. Oh, that's not so bad actually. I tried my best. I don't know what shape that is. It's like a rhombus. All right, you know what though? I think that's actually not that bad. Oh, I can do little, I can do layers. I can roll little eyebrows. Joe has eyebrows. Oh no, oh dear. You know what? I'm gonna finish. I'm just gonna end it there. This was the desired result. These are the shapes. You can see that there's some detailing. They're basically the same. They're basically the same. Reflection time. This turned out slightly worse than I thought it would. I think things started to go wrong when I started using the fondant. I have a feeling that there's a reason fondant is not vegetarian, because usually the gelatin holds it together, I guess. But I assumed that fondant icing would be fine and Delia wouldn't lead me astray. But once again, Delia has proven a right enemy. And I hate her. I'm a bit worried, to be honest, because the lily pad keeps growing. So I may need to kind of, I don't really want that in my fridge. I'm gonna be honest. Like I don't want the green in the fridge. So I'm gonna tidy up a little bit and see if it works. I think this is a memorable birthday cake. I'm kind of hoping that he'll never ask me to make him another cake, so long as we both shall live. Thanks for coming along this journey with me, everyone. It's been a wild ride. I had a horrible time. I hope it was better for you. I can't look at it. I can't. It's little eyes. I'm gonna go.